Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zainab Adishino from MSSA University of Lagos branch, and I'm here to talk about the quality of a Muslim. And the quality I'm here to talk about is modesty, and we're going to look at the wife of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Juwairiya bint al-Harith, as our case study. So Juwairiya bint al-Harith she was one of the mothers of the believers, one of the wives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Aisha radiallahu anha described her as a blessing to her community. So the story of how she became a mother of the believer was when she's originally a princess, the daughter of Al-Harith, who was the king, or let's say the leader of Khuzaa. So that tribe was formerly an enemy of Islam. Like the tribe and the members of the tribe were enemies of Islam, and they were planning to attack the Muslims. But due to the nature of the Prophet ﷺ and how he was very alert, he knew of the attack before, and he gave them a counter attack. So part of the people captured as the slaves of the war was Juwairiya, and she was under Thabit bin Qais. She didn't like the situation at that point. She felt a bit of embarrassment because she was coming from a life of luxury. So she decided to meet the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as that was the most logical thing to do at that point, to meet the leader of the Muslims, and obviously everybody is going to follow the leader. So she asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and tried to negotiate her freedom. She told him that, my situation, she lost her husband, who was one dignitary of the people of Khuzaa. She lost her husband. She was formerly a princess, and now she's reduced to someone who is almost a slave. Should he lend her some money which she can return back? Obviously her father was the king. Return back after she gets her freedom. So he said, "Well, I have two options." Prophet ﷺ told her that he had two options. Either he lends her the money, or he gives her freedom and she marries him. Prior to that, before the battle or anything, she had a dream where she saw the moon fall on her lap. She knew that something magnificent was about to happen. So as she heard the Prophet asking her to be among the mothers of the believers, she knew that that was the interpretation of the dream, and she accepted. Her father came to get her freedom after some time, and he told her that she should not worry, she should leave the Prophet. He has come to get her freedom, and she can now come back home. And to the surprise of her father and all her tribe's members, she preferred to stay with the Prophet ﷺ than to go home to her tribe's members. So upon her becoming one of the wives of the Prophet, all the members of Medina, all the Muslims, thought that it's not possible for them to have the in-laws of the mother of the believer as slaves. So they released all the slaves. They released all the slaves from her people. They released all of them. And then her father likewise also accepted Islam. And because her father was a leader and he accepted Islam, almost all the people in her tribe accepted Islam. Aisha radiallahu anha said she was someone that she was very modest, she was very gentle, she was very faithful, and she was very pious. There was a time where she sat down after Fajr, making dua to Allah, praying, supplicating. The Prophet left home, and he came back, and he met her still in that spot for hours. She has been praying since Fajr. So he asked her, "How come you've been sitting here since Fajr? You've been praying?" She said yes, she has been praying. And he told her that, okay, let him teach her some words that if she says those words, the reward will be more than that which she has been sitting for hours supplicating to Allah. So the words were Subhanallah bihamdi adada khalqi wa rida nafsi wa zinata arshi wa midada kalimati. So it was because of her that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said those words. And also there are some fiqh, there are some Islamic rulings that were gotten from her. I think she was fasting on a Friday, and Prophet Sallallahu asked her why she was fasting. That did she fast on Thursday? She said no. Is she planning to fast on Saturday? She said no. Then he told her to break the fast, because obviously you cannot fast single-handedly fast on a Friday, which is a day known as a lesser Eid, and it's not right to fast on Eid day. So apart from that, everybody knew her as someone who was pious, who was modest, who was gentle. She didn't really cause any problems throughout her lifetime. She died in the time of Muawiyah. She was, I think, 65 years of age when she died, and she died a peaceful death, and she was buried alongside other mothers of the believers. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.